Hi, this is Andrew Bourne. This is lesson 4 of the money unit. In this lesson, we're going to cover some unusual coins and money, currency that is valid to use, but things that you normally wouldn't see every day. And the second part of this is detecting counterfeit money. I hope you enjoy the lesson. So I've got some dollar coins here that I'm going to show you, and I'll present them in order of popularity. This first one here is an example of a presidential golden dollar. And on here we see John F. Kennedy. And as you can see, it's a little bit larger than a quarter. I'm holding it up here to a regular ruler. And the interesting thing about this coin is that it has some writing on the edge. And it can be a little bit hard to see, but there it is. It's got some writing on the edge. But anyway, there's that. Next, very similar, same kind of look, is the Sacagawea dollar coin, and it has a picture of Native American historical figure Sacagawea. And these were minted between 2002 and 2008. These don't have writing on the side. Next, what you occasionally might see is a Susan B. Anthony dollar. And these were minted between, 1979 and 1981. And so we've got Susan B. Anthony and the eagle on the moon on the other side, and this kind of pattern in the middle. And interesting fact, these were somewhat unpopular because people easily confuse them with quarters, but they work great as in vending machines and bus tokens. And they were briefly brought back in 1999. I read that and I couldn't believe it, and I found one of these. So there she is, a 1999 Susan B. Anthony. Who would have thought? Finally, we got this big guy right here, President Eisenhower. And I think we have a bicentennial silver dollar here. So these guys are kind of big. You can see here they're over an inch in diameter. Carry a few of these around in your pocket. They're pretty heavy. But there it is, worth $1. President Eisenhower. I didn't want to leave out the half dollar, also known as the 50-cent piece or 50-cent coin. It does not actually say 50 cents on it, it says half dollar. And this coin has President Kennedy on the back. And yeah, a little bit smaller than a large silver dollar, a little bit bigger than a quarter. And you occasionally might see these around. And that's it for coins. Now, as far as paper money goes, some unusual denominations you might see are the modern $2 bill and an older style $2 bill. This is kind of interesting. It's sort of a collector's item, but I don't know if you'll ever see it. This was made in the 60s. It's got red ink on it, and on the back of the bill is not the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it's Monticello. So, kind of interesting. Still has Jefferson on it. You're familiar with 5s, 10s, and $20 bills. Here we have a $50 bill with Grant on it. And this has some color shifting ink. And on the back, we've got the state capitol. And finally, a $100 bill. So the portrait is really big. There's this very interesting shifting kind of hologrammy kind of strip in the middle that goes through the paper, and as you tilt it, it changes between hundreds and bells. Really cool. And this yellow area, if it's held up to the light right, it shows a portrait of Franklin there, so we can see him kind of through the paper. And there's some color shifting ink right here, and the 100, and what else? Anything stands out? I don't know. There's some of these little yellow characters right up here. It's difficult for printers to make those out nicely. So, and this moves us on to the discussion of counterfeit money and how to detect it.
Very often, banks and retailers, like the people receiving and handling money at a cash register, will be equipped with a pen that looks like this. It's filled with sort of an iodine type ink, and if it is marked on the surface of a real dollar bill, it will just be kind of a very light yellowy X. It will not do much of a reaction. And the reason is because if it's made out of wood and it has starches in it, it'll turn a dark brown, indicating something is fake. Like that's most paper that people use. It's made out of wood fibers and it has starches in it. And then when you put a marker like this on it, it'll turn dark brown. But real money, it'll be just light because the paper that is used in real money is not made from wood fiber. It's made from cloth and cotton and other things. It's a trade secret. But anyway, it doesn't. These markers will help you distinguish what's real and what's fake.
And here's one other way to detect if a bill is fake. You can buy a UV light. This is an ultraviolet light. And if you shine it on the surface here, this $20 bill, you'll notice that it fluoresces a special band that says 20 on it. And it's hard to see on this video because of the light and such, but it's kind of a yellow color. So there's that. And on this 50, there is a band right here. And so with the ultraviolet light, you can kind of detect those. And this little guy, it was like $5 at Fleet Farm. So, they're not too expensive. Great way to see what's real and fake.